It's Fast Money Football 10. Huge games in the Prem this weekend. So let's get to it. Please, Ellie, put up the clock.
Here we go.
5 minutes. Let's get to them all here, Albert. Brentford against Crystal Palace. I have Brentford for the money line win on this one. Listen, 10 straight games unbeaten. They looked great against Arsenal last week. Maybe somewhat fortunate with the controversial call, of course. But overall, they've been brilliant. Best defense in the league, of course, in 2023. Fifth best offense. and Palace, listen, Palace. I don't know what Palace is. They're winless in 2023. Yeah. So I think Brentford will keep it going and get 3 points.
Yeah, what a story, Brentford.
You've got Villa against Arsenal. You have Arsenal winning the first half at plus 140.
Yeah, I like Arsenal a lot in this position. I know a lot of people think they're slipping because they have been slipping up recently. That loss to Manchester City doesn't bode well. But, I mean, heading over to Villa, Villa haven't been great at home. I don't want to take Arsenal all the way in the money line because Thomas Partey might not play. And when he's not there, they don't play as well. They seem to have a really big hole in the midfield, even with Jorginho in there. But in the first half, they're the best first half team in the league. Just one loss in first half throughout this entire season so far. 11 goals, I think just 2 against. So I'm going to go with some good value, Arsenal first half.
Okay, Chelsea against Southampton. This is easy, not much value really with Chelsea. I'm taking them for the win and over 2.5 total goals in this match. Chelsea, listen, they look really good against Dortmund despite losing that match. They're getting all the chances in the world. João Felix looking really good but having really, really bad luck. It's going to change at some point. I know it is. And Southampton, 9 out of 10 losses. They have no manager. Nothing's going right there. This is an easy Chelsea win in what should be a high-scoring match. You have Brighton, Fulham. You're going Fulham on a double chance at plus 140.
Yeah, not bad. Good odds, right? And
yeah,
I think the bookies are kind of disrespecting Fulham here a little bit. Plus 420 on the money line, which I love. I'm not going to touch because, I mean, against Brighton, it's still going to be a tough match. But Brighton at home, they just won half of their games in the Premier League. And if you look at Fulham against teams outside of the top 5, just 1 loss in 16 games. So I like the double chance with Fulham. I think they can actually win this one. And a bonus, how about Willian to score at plus 440?
Willian, where did that come from, by the way?
Rejuvenation. He looks great.
I thought that would be a terrible signing.
Yeah.
But they've got it right every time so far. But this time around, last time in the Premier League, they got all the signings wrong.
Back down.
Yeah, and they've been great so far. All right, I have Forest against Man City. City are going to win this one and over 3.5 total goals at plus 185. Listen, I love the Forest story. Their first loss in 5 last weekend. They're playing really good football overall, scoring goals. But City have that swagger back. They were great midweek against Arsenal, I thought, in that second half in particular. De Bruyne looks rejuvenated now after a real slow start after the World Cup. Haaland scored a great goal midweek as well. I think it's all going right at the moment for Man City, and I think that'll be enough in what should be, again, another high-scoring game.
Yeah, Grealish looks good too.
He does really good, yeah. Everton, Leeds, both teams to score, minus 120. Not huge value in this one.
No, not huge. I mean, this is better as a parlay piece, I think, because of the minus 120. I really want to back Everton straight up, but I just can't without Dominic Calvert-Lewin. His status is up in the air. He's touch and go, according to Sean Dyche. But I do think Everton will have that Goodison Park advantage. I think that's big for them. That's going to be big to keep them up. And I think it'll be a bit too much for Leeds. But what we do know from Leeds, with or without Jesse Marsch, they attack. That's how they play, and they leave their defense exposed. I think I see goals at both ends.
Maybe they'll sign Harry Redknapp by then.
Oh, I would love
amazing
that. Please come back,
big
Harry.
rumor right now. Newcastle against Liverpool. I'm going for a draw and under 2.5 goals in this one. Plus 360 for that. Newcastle have been a great story, we know that. But in recent weeks, not quite the same, not quite clicking. Still the best defense in the Premier League right now, and 10 draws on the season. They are the draw kings right now. As for the Reds, Van Dijk's back. Jota came back midweek as well. Klopp said they're looking like themselves once again.
Yeah.
We'll see. It may not be good enough for 3 points, but I'm taking the tie in this one. Wolves against Bournemouth. You got Wolves -1 at plus 120.
I love the look of Wolves under Lopetegui. They're playing a much more attacking style. And look at their last 2 results at home. They embarrassed Liverpool 3-0, speaking of Liverpool, and they beat West Ham 1-0. So at home, they're very good. They're attack-minded, and they're taking on Bournemouth, who, I mean, I've been saying this since the beginning of the year. They're the worst team in the Premier League, and they're going to go down. They had a bit of a resurgence, but now it's going back the other way. Winless in 9 games in all competitions. So I'm going to Wolves -1 at plus 120.
Quickly, Spurs against West Ham. Spurs and the over 2.5 total goals, plus 170 in this one. I know I make the mistake of going for the team every week, but there's no Conte again this week.
Yeah.
He's back in Italy recovering from that surgery, so no injuries. for this one. West Ham winless in 9 of the past 10, but 4 unbeaten. So I'm taking Spurs in that one. Man United against Leicester, you got 10
Quickly,
seconds.
Leicester over 1.5 goals plus 220. They have 10 goals in their last 3 games.
All right, so there you have it. Woo! We just
Just hit
about
it.
got it
Just
in
hit it.
5 minutes. Fast Money Football back next week.